Far from the farm fields of rural America, an agrarian revolution is taking place. This is the Dudley Street neighborhood of inner-city Boston. It's a diverse, populated community with a vibrant street life. It's also home to the Food Project, a community-based organization funded in part by CSR EES.
The vision for the Food Project is really putting young people at the center of creating sustainable local food systems. When we started, it was 24 young people from city and suburb. We worked on 2.5 acres. We grew about 24,000 pounds of food.
Today, the Food Project produces 250,000 pounds of food annually, 10 times greater than its first harvest in 1992. It has a full-time staff of 25, offers paying jobs to hundreds of students, and receives help from nearly 2,000 volunteers. Their success is due in part to their strong connection with the local community.
It was always part of the dream was that not only growing healthy food was important, but what was important was an opportunity to bring people together across race, class, and geography. We hear this from the neighbors, a sense of pride that their young people are doing something that's useful. They're working hard.
A few years ago, the neighbors spoke to me about wanting to see more flowers on the land. That's something that we've tried to respond to. Keeping their concerns in mind is one of the issues that I think is prominent in urban agriculture.
Danielle Andrews has been with the Food Project for 5 years. She understands the special challenges of food production in the city.
This is our rooftop garden. It's located at the Boston Medical Center. We got involved with this garden as a result of our effort to find more land in the city to grow food on. The city is really committed to trying to bring down the price of housing and giving us land to grow food on. They see that to be in conflict with the affordable housing movement. So we are trying to be creative about where we can grow food. All of the land that we grow on in the city, with the exception of the rooftop garden, had issues with lead in the soil. The lead got there from houses that were on the land that burned down in the 60s and 70s.
The land that we're currently growing on were vacant lots that were overgrown, in many cases were dangerous, there were drugs, etc.
It is in abandoned city lots like this that the Food Project staked its claim. The first step was to clear the land of abandoned cars, old tires, and toxic trash. Then the hard work followed.
We knew that lead in the soil was really dangerous to be growing food in, particularly leafy greens absorb a lot of lead. So we decided to respond by bringing in clean soil. So we built up our fields about 2 feet above the lead-contaminated soil. We're very conscious about making sure that we do soil tests twice a year. We do tissue sampling of our plants to make sure that none of the lead is being absorbed by our vegetables.
Every spot you see when they work used to be a garbage spot, and they clean it out and they plant it. It's been nice and clean.
Joaquim Silveira, like many who live in this neighborhood, immigrated from the Cape Verde Islands off the coast of West Africa. Cape Verdeans have deep agricultural roots and often continue their tradition of having a family garden here in Boston. Joaquim has worked with the Food Project for years and values their efforts.
Oh, they are my best friend. We like family. And they've been treating me for past 5 years. I know them in Roxbury. They bring me compost and they split it for me. They teach me how to do some things I didn't know.
But the Food Project contributes to the community in other significant ways. It is teaching local youth the fundamentals of food production through a thriving salsa business. All ingredients come from Food Project gardens. The youth here created their own salsa recipe. Initially, they distributed the product to 12 commercial outlets, but the operation became overwhelming. Since then, it's been scaled back, but 4 stores still carry Food Project salsa. Students also learn culinary arts at the facility. And twice a week, throughout the growing season, it's harvest time.
We'll probably be harvesting between 400 and 500 pounds of stuff this morning. We have a lot of things to bring in this morning. We have Our peppers and tomatoes and eggplants are just starting to come on in a big way, so we're going to be harvesting a lot of that. A lot of greens, a lot of summer squash. And the reality of this day and age is that most people are very far removed physically from farms and the places where our food is being produced. So urban agriculture offers this opportunity for city people to come out and work on our land.
Hey Joe, look, I'm the food project.
It is now 3 o'clock. The red tents at the busy intersection at Dudley Commons signal that it's market day, and the food project workers are ready to serve their customers.
They come because they need a job. It's a combination of the real work of growing food, learning through workshops, etc., and then personal reflection. And the education we do is intentionally tied to what they have to know to succeed in their job. There was a young person years ago who said, you know, it was the first time when I actually could try to sort of take off the person I have to be in my neighborhood and my school and try on who I might really be underneath that. And particularly for the young people who may not have had the kind of support at home that they would like to, for them to nurture plants, take care of plants, they then can transfer some of that to themselves. It's very deep work that we do beyond the growing the vegetables. There is something healing about being on a piece of land that's peaceful and quiet and safe.
Since 1996, CSR-EES has funded nearly 250 community food projects in 46 states around the country.